Welcome to Today with JJ. I invite you to get started by finding a nice comfortable seat, and maybe you have a usual leg that goes in front. Maybe switch that up. It's good to switch things up for your brain every now and then. Find a nice comfy seated position. Take a moment to arrive here. Feel free to float your eyes shut or soften your gaze, lifting through the crown of your head, rooting down through your sit bones, elongating that spine, opening up your breath container so you can take deep inhales through your nose and deep exhales through your nose. And take a moment to be here, to really be here. Being present is a gift to yourself, and you determine the quality of that gift. So how kind will you be to yourself today? How present will you be? And I invite you to, as you inhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And on your next exhale, rolling your chin down to your chest. Next inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Next exhale, chin down to chest. And then gently rolling in nice half circles at your own pace. Maybe you might find a sticky place as you roll. Maybe pause there and release. And then keep going as we gently start to move lovingly in our bodies and warming up our neck, waking things up. A lot of us hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders, so giving them a little bit of love will be nice. As you inhale, drawing your shoulders up to your ears and then rolling them forward, big circles, one direction and then the other. And then gently allowing your shoulder blades to slide down your rib cage. Maybe taking a moment to shake off the week, the day, shake off anything that you need to shake off. Doing anything you need to do in order to find stillness. So then maybe placing your palms down if you'd like more grounding, or placing palms up if you're ready to receive. Maybe drawing your index finger to your thumb in Gyan Mudra, representing joining the individual with the divine. And taking a moment to connect with your intention for today. Today, I invite you to think about the quote, "I can only give that which I have. I can only give that which I am." What do you want to give to the world? What do you want to give today? So what do you want to have today, and what do you want to be today? And as you think of this, I invite you to choose a mantra today for what you want to be or what you want to give. Or join with me in my mantra, I am peace, I am love. And I invite you with each exhale throughout practice to repeat this mantra in your mind. I am peace, I am love. And when you're ready, joining your palms together at heart center, repeating your mantra as you take a deep inhale, and repeating your mantra on the exhale, I am peace, I am love. And then beginning your moving meditation, inhaling your arms high. Exhaling your hands back to heart center, floating your eyes open. Inhale, lifting your arms high. And exhale, resting your right hand on the mat, left arm goes high. So the word yoga, translated from Sanskrit into English, means to unify or to yoke. In yoga, we work on unification of spirit, mind, body, because when we're all together, we're stronger. We also work on unifying breath with movement. So on your next inhale, back to the center. And exhale, left hand to the mat, right hand goes high. We also work on joining the individual with the divine in everyone and everything. So we're unifying ourself with the divine in everyone and everything. Next, inhale back up through the center. As you exhale, taking your left hand to your right knee, and right hand goes back, gently looking over towards the right of the room, or maybe towards the back of the room. And as you inhale, lift the crown of your head a little taller. And as you exhale, twisting a little deeper. Next, inhale back up through the center, unwinding, moving lovingly in your body. Next, exhale, resting your right hand on your left knee. Left hand goes behind. And as you inhale, lifting your rib cage out of your hips. And as you exhale, gently twisting a little deeper. So inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Next, inhale, unwinding through the center. And exhale, making your way to tabletop. Tabletop, stacking your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Neutral spine as you inhale, lifting your head and your heart space, dropping your belly. Exhale, rounding your spine. Gaze goes to the navel, pressing your shoulders away from the mat. Inhale, lifting your head and your heart space, lifting your tailbone. Exhale, rounding your spine, lifting your belly. Inhale, lift, moving with your breath, unifying that breath with movement. Exhale, round. This time as you inhale, dropping your right shoulder towards your right hip, making a C shape with your spine. Gaze goes over your right shoulder. And exhale through cat. As you inhale, dropping your left shoulder towards your left hip. Gaze goes over your left shoulder, making a C shape with your spine the other direction. Exhale through cat. And then finding any sort of organic movement that feels good to you in your body. Maybe exploring where in your body you might need a little bit of love and a little bit of release. So maybe doing big hip circles one direction, then maybe the other, or maybe some figure eights with your shoulders and your wrists, whatever feels good to you. And then making your way to stillness as you sit, your hips back on your heels. Maybe resting your hands out in front of you in child's pose. Maybe bending your elbows and resting your forward and your forearms, or maybe swimming your hips, or your hands back towards your hips and resting your forward on the mat. Maybe if your forehead is connecting with the mat, maybe rocking your head from side to side, giving yourself a nice bonus massage to the third eye area. And taking a moment to breathe here and connect, reconnecting with your intention. With each exhale, repeating your mantra that you've chosen for the day, or joining me with mine. I am peace. I am love. Maybe if your arms are behind you, maybe reaching them out in front of you and tippy-toeing your fingers forward, stacking your hips above your knees in puppy pose. Maybe resting your forward on the mat, maybe resting your chin on the mat, whatever feels good to you. Allowing your heart space to open, and your shoulders to open, perhaps rocking from side to side, maybe opening one shoulder, then the other in puppy pose. Breathing here, knowing what deep breaths feel like. Pressing your palms and your forearms into the mat, shifting your hips forward into Sphinx pose. Pressing the tops of your feet into the mat and your hips into the mat, lifting your heart space a little higher. Breathing here, maybe taking a moment to roll your neck a little bit. moving lovingly in your body. And then crossing your right hand over your left and tippy-toeing your fingers out as far as feels good to you in your body. Gently resting your chin on your shoulder or your bicep. And relaxing into bow tie pose, allowing your body to melt into the mat. It might feel nice to bend your elbows and give yourself a nice squeeze. Repeating your mantra with each exhale. I am love. I am peace. As you take nice deep breaths and melt into the mat. Then making your way back up to your elbows and switching sides. So left elbow over right, tippy-toeing your fingers out just as far as feels good to you in your body, resting your chin on your bicep or your shoulder. Same thing on this side, maybe bending your elbows to give yourself a little squeeze. With each exhale, repeating your mantra, I am peace. I am love. Then making your way back up to your elbows and sliding your palms on both sides of your chest. Resting your chin on the mat. Let's gently start to wake up our spine as we inhale, lifting our head and our heart and our hands to baby cobra. Exhale, returning back down to neutral. Inhale, lifting your head and your heart and your hands a little higher to baby cobra. And exhaling back down to neutral. Inhale, lifting your head and your heart, this time pressing into your hands to cobra, still engaging those back muscles and the muscles in your legs. Exhale, returning back down to neutral. Inhale, lifting your head and your heart, pressing into your hands. Exhale, returning back down to neutral. And scooching your palms back a couple inches. Inhale, lifting your head and your heart, pressing into your hands. Noticing you can go a little higher with your palms scooched back a little bit. Exhale, turning back down to neutral. Inhale, lift, pressing into those palms. Releasing the shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale, returning back down to neutral. Scooching your palms back maybe to the base of your rib cage. Inhale, lifting your head and your heart, pressing your hands, going a little higher. Exhale, returning back down to neutral. On your next inhale, up through tabletop. Exhale, back down to child's pose. Connecting here, maybe shifting your hips from side to side. Breathing here, reconnecting with your intention with each exhale, repeating your mantra. I am peace. I am love. Knowing that you can only give that which you have and that which you are. Inhaling back up to tabletop, exhaling down. And making goalpost arms. So goalpost arms, like a cactus, right? And then pressing your left hand beside your chest, gaze goes towards the left side of the room. And then stacking your left hip on top of your right. You might feel an opening in your right shoulder here. Resting your temple on the mat, relaxing into the pose. This might be enough of an opening for you, or you may want to guide your left heel back towards your right elbow. Breathing here, feeling an opening in your heart space, and an opening in your shoulder, and maybe a gentle twist of your spine. As you exhale, returning back to neutral. Goalpost arms again. This time planting your right hand beside your chest. Gaze goes over your right shoulder, pressing through your right hand, stacking your right hip above your left. Opening your left shoulder, this might be enough, or you can guide your right heel up towards your left elbow. Breathing here, noticing how much air you can get into your belly and into your rib cage, even when there's a gentle twist in your spine. With each exhale, repeating your mantra, I am peace. I am love. Next exhale, returning back down to neutral. Planting both hands on both sides of your chest. Inhaling up through tabletop. Gently stepping your right foot back, planting the balls of your foot into the mat, getting that nice stretch in your calf. Maybe pressing your shoulders away from the mat, maybe lifting your hips up, and seeing how deep of a stretch you can get into that right calf. Breathing here, reconnecting with your intention. I can only give that which I have. I can only give that which I am. Once that feels good, maybe resting your left knee back on the mat. And inhale, lifting your right foot. Using your right hand to balance, so you want to give lots of space into your fingertips so you have a nice broad base. Inhale, lifting your left arm and your right leg. Option to stay here in bird dog pose, reaching as far forward as you can with your left fingertips, and as far back as you can with your right heel. Or option to exhale your elbow into your knee. Inhale, reaching back out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale back out. Okay, option to stay here, engaging your core for balance and spreading your fingertips, or reaching your left hand back to catch your toes, maybe kicking into your hand for a little bit more height, opening through the heart space, lifting through the crown of your head for tiger pose. Once that feels good, resting your left hand on the mat, crossing your right toes behind your left. Gaze goes over your right shoulder for tiger tail. Breathing here with each exhale, repeating your mantra. I am peace. I am love. And an option to stay here or bend both your knees, sitting your hips back. And gently rolling your head down to cow face legs. And bowing in. Noticing wherever you feel a little bit of a stretch and guiding your breath to that area, inhaling softness, gentleness to that area where you feel a stretch, and exhaling out any limitation, any tension. Next inhale, gently rolling up one vertebra at a time, walking your hands forward, back to tiger tail, breathing here. And then drawing a big circle with your right foot, maybe stopping when it's halfway out, and sitting back on your heels and resting down into half child's pose. Half child's pose, deciding how close or how far away you would like your heel to be, wherever it feels best. Noticing a nice opening in your hips. Using your breath to inhale softness, kindness, wherever you feel a little bit of a stretch. And exhaling out any tension, any limitations. Next inhale, making your way back up onto your hands and knees, and completing that half circle up to drawing your right foot up to the front of the mat, maybe walking your hands up to meet it. And gently shifting your hips forward as you bend your right knee. If you have knobby knees like me, you can always have the option of rolling that mat up behind you to protect that knee, or if you shift more weight into the front leg, then you won't feel as much of a strain on your back knee. So no pain, no gain does not apply to yoga, so if you ever start to feel a little bit of pain, just back out of the pose. So, yoga is all about connecting with our bodies and understanding the messages that our bodies are sending us. So if we listen to our bodies and respond with kindness, then our bodies will respond with kindness to us. This may be enough here for you, or maybe you can drop down to your elbows to get a deeper opening in your left hip flexor, again using your breath To inhale softness, gentleness to the area. Option to plant your right hand on your right knee and gently press up through that for a nice gentle spinal twist. Breathing here, reconnecting with your intention. I can only give what I have. I can only give what I am. I am peace. I am love. And then planting your palms on the mat and shifting your hips back just as far as feels good to you in your body. Maybe peeling your right toes up. Maybe waving with your toes, seeing what muscles you can get into your hips. Maybe shifting your hips a couple inches to the right or to the left and noticing which different muscle groups you can get into as you make little bitty changes. As in life, little changes can often make a big difference. So you might feel big differences in your stretch as you make little bitty adjustments. Breathing here. I am peace. I am love. Once that feels good, planting your palms into the mat, shifting your right foot back, maybe doing a couple big hip circles, one direction or the other, some figure eights, whatever feels good to you. And then switching sides, so stepping your left toe back, planting the balls of your feet into the mat, pressing the mat away from you, from your shoulders, maybe lifting your hips up and back as you deepen that stretch into your cavity. Breathing here. I am peace. I am love. Gently resting your right knee back down to the mat. And as you inhale, lifting your left leg and your right hand. So using your left fingers to balance, so pressing into all 5 of your fingertips and getting lots of space in between, using your core to balance, so drawing that navel into the spine. As you exhale, drawing that elbow to the knee. Inhale, reaching back out. Exhale, back in. Inhale out. One more time, exhale in. Inhale out. Option to stay here in bird dog pose or reach your right hand back. Catching your left toes, kicking into your hands, lifting through the heart space, lifting through the crown of your head, breathing, engaging that core, hugging the navel to the spine. And tiger pose. Once that feels good, rest your right palm back on the mat, crossing your left toes behind your right, gaze goes over your right shoulder for tiger tail. Breathing here. And when you're ready, walking your hands back, bending both knees maybe, and sitting your hips in between your heels for calf face legs, and gently rolling down, allowing gravity to hold you. Breathing here, noticing where you feel an opening, maybe at the back of your hips and your glutes. Inhaling softness, exhaling out any tension. Gently rolling back up, one vertebra at a time, walking your hands back out, crossing your legs left behind your right, again in tiger tail. And then using your left toes to make a big half circle. Pausing when your left toes are to the side, shifting your hips back into half child's pose. Maybe flexing your left foot or pointing, whatever feels good to you. As you feel a nice gentle opening in your hips. Reconnecting with your intention. I can only give what I have. I can only share what I am. And then making your way back up onto hands and knees, dropping that right foot forward, walking your hands up to meet your foot. Gently shifting your hips forward just as far as feels good to you in your body. Maybe rolling the mat behind you under the right knee. for a little support there, a little cushion. Might feel good to stay here, or it might feel nice to drop down to your elbows. Find what feels good to you in your body, using your breath to soften up whatever area feels a little bit of a stretch. Option to plant that left hand on your left knee for a gentle spinal twist. Breathing here, repeating your mantra. I am love. I am peace. Untwisting, planting your hands, shifting your hips back, peeling back your left toes. Maybe waving high or windshield wiping your left toes. Maybe shifting your hips to the left or to the right a couple inches, seeing which muscle groups need a little bit of love, a little bit of releasing today. Once that feels good, planting your right knee back on the mat, doing big hip circles. One direction, then the other. And then tucking your toes and sitting your hips back on your heels in toe squat. Some people call it torture pose. But it's nice because it opens up the bottoms of your feet. And if you're familiar with reflexology, you know that all of your organs are mapped out on the bottom of your feet. So giving your feet a little bit of love will give your whole body a lot of love. So this might be enough here, or you can draw your palms to heart center. Maybe leaning back a little bit. Maybe resting your fingertips on the mat, lifting through your heart space. Finding what feels good to you as you open up the bottoms of your feet and give your organs some love. Once that feels nice, walking your hands forward, pointing your toes, sitting back on your hips. Option to draw your knees up to stretch the tops of your feet. Or if you want a little bit more, walking your hands forward, lifting your hips up and back to stretch the top of your feet in this way. Breathing here. And once that feels good, making your way back up to tabletop, maybe crossing your knees behind you and sitting back and uncrossing your legs, or just moving your legs to the side. We're making our way to our backs. So before we go all the way to our backs, let's do a little bit of ab work to fire up that belly. So you can start with your hands behind your hips on the mat, and we'll do long boat, short boat. So inhale as we go long boat. Exhale as you draw them into short boat. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Option to rest your arms out in front of you. Or if you really want it, you can keep your legs straight if you can stay balanced. So whatever long boat, short boat feels like you today, go for it. And then resting your hands on the mat and making your way back to Shavasana. Well, almost. Let's reach our hands high above our head. Take a nice deep inhale, reaching our legs long for a full body stretch. As we exhale, drawing our hands and our heels over to the right side of the mat, leaving our hips in the center. Making a banana shape with our body or a crescent moon. Maybe crossing our left ankle above our right. Really opening the left side body here. Taking nice deep inhales through your nose. And deep exhales through your nose. Cleansing breaths. Next, inhale through the center. And as you exhale, drawing your hands and your heels over to the left side of the body. Maybe crossing your right ankle over your left. Opening up the right side body in a banana shape or crescent moon. Next, inhale back up through the center. And as you exhale, drawing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze, rolling up into a little yogi ball, maybe rocking from side to side or front to back, whatever feels good to you. And then drawing your hands and your heels up to cockroach. Maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles, And doing any other stretches that your body needs or wants before we make our way to final resting place. Maybe drawing your hands on the outsides of your ankles or peace fingers around your big toe for happy baby. Maybe rocking from side to side, maybe straightening one leg and the other in ninja. Maybe straightening them both for reclined straddle. Giving your body whatever it needs to find stillness and find rest. Whenever you're ready, resting your feet long and your arms beside your hips, finding balance or symmetry between your legs and your arms. If having straight legs puts any strain on your lower back, feel free to bend your knees, planting the soles of your feet on the mat, and maybe allowing your knees to rest together. Or if your legs are long, then feel free to allow your big toes to rest outward, finding stillness. If you want more grounding in your life, feel free to plant your palms down on the mat. Or if you're ready to receive from the universe, go ahead and rest your palms facing up. Maybe draw your index finger to your thumb in Gyan Mudra, but allowing your body to completely relax. Giving yourself permission to completely release. Drawing your attention to your breath with deep inhales through your nose. And deep exhales through your nose. And with each exhale, repeating your intention or your mantra for the day. I am peace. I am love. Knowing that you can only give that which you have. You can only share that which you are. What do you want to be today? What do you want to have? What can you fill your soul with so that you can give to others? Giving yourself a moment to listen, to ask questions, and listen. It is through stillness that we're able to access the greater wisdom that we have available to us. It's through the stillness that we're able to unify ourselves with the divine. When you're ready, I invite you to draw a little bit of movement into your body, maybe by drawing a smile across your lips, or wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles in one direction and the other. Maybe stretching your arms and your legs out long. Maybe drawing your knees into your chest and rocking from side to side or back and forth. And whenever you're ready, making your way up to a nice comfy seated position. Your Sukhasana, your sweet seat. Thank you for joining me today, for sharing your light and your energy. The light in the highest in me sees and honors the light in the highest in you. And in this, we are one. Namaste. I hope you are filled with what you want to give today. And I hope that you are what you want to share. Peace, love, and light.